Hello my dear students, welcome to CMI's online classes. In today's class, we are continuing with chapter 22 of our English grammar, transformation of sentences for the students of standard 7. So in our previous class, in our previous video on the same chapter, we discussed and explained three basic rules of transformation of sentences. So in today's video, we are continuing with other more explanations and rules about the transformation of sentences. So in today's class, we will discuss how to transform one sentence into another sentence without changing their meaning, but by changing the way of expression. So in the previous video, we discussed and explained three rules of transformation of sentences, and now we are continuing with 4, 5 and 6. That means rule number 4, rule number 5 and rule number 6, or we can also say the processes. Okay, so the process number 1 is the transformation of sentences by changing the type of statement. By changing the type of statement. So it depends upon the what kind of statement is the sentence particularly talking about. We see the statement. Statement means assertive sentences. So we see that assertive sentences, those assertive sentences, what kind of assertive sentences are those which we are going to change or transform. Okay, because we know that there are two kinds of assertive sentences. One is affirmative assertive sentence and another is negative assertive sentences. Now we can express the same thing in both affirmative, that is positive, as well as negative, but without making any actual change in their meaning. So we will see it. Now another rule number 5 or process 5 is transformation of sentences by changing questions into statements. By changing questions into statements. So we can see both by changing question into statements and statements into questions, but not in such a way by changing their meaning. Okay, but by just changing in their expression only, but the meaning will remain same. Now see here, process number 6 or rule number 6, we have transformation of sentences by changing exclamations and statements. Now see here, by changing exclamatory sentences and assertive sentences. That means we can change exclamatory sentences into assertive sentences, or assertive sentences again into exclamatory sentences. Okay, now we will see all these rules one by one in detail. Okay students, now we will discuss about the transformation of sentences by changing the type of statements. See, as I have already told you, statements are assertive sentences, and assertive sentences are those sentences that deliver something in a straight manner. So again, the assertive sentence are again divided into two kinds. There are two types of assertive sentences. One is affirmative or positive assertive sentences that deliver something in a positive way, and another type of assertive sentences is negative assertive sentences. Okay, negative is the sentences which have no or not in them, particularly no or not. Understood? And the negative sentences also carry rarely, okay, no one, nothing. So the sign, the sense that gives us nothing, okay, less, never, no, not, don't. These are the sentences that give, these are the words that give us negative sense. So when these words are used in sentences, they are called negative sentences. So here we are talking about statements only, assertive sentences only, that we have in affirmative and negative form, positive and negative forms. But negative sentences may be interrogative sentences also. So interrogative sentences may also be negative. Okay, why don't you listen to your mother? See here, this is a question, but here in question we have don't we have used here. Okay, so this is the contraction form of do and not. So it gives us negative sense. So here this interrogative sentence is a negative interrogative sentence, like don't pluck the flowers. So this is imperative sentence, but negative imperative sentences. Understood? Understood. So in this way we have both imperative sentences, interrogative sentences, and even exclamatory sentences may be negative. So now today we will only learn how to change affirmative sentences into negative sentences. Both are assertive sentences. Okay. Affirmative sentences are also statements. Okay, and negative sentences are also statements. They are the two kinds of statements. Okay, and here we are not learning only just to change positive sentence to negative sentence. Okay, affirmative sentence into negative sentence. But we have to be very careful while changing these sentences, because we are not changing the meaning at all. Like if I say he is very clever. If I say he is very clever, this is a statement and it is a positive statement. So if we are transforming this sentence into negative statement, you should not write he is not clever. This is just we are making affirmative to positive, but here meaning is being changed. But we are not in transformation of sentences, we are not learning to change the meaning. Meaning will remain same. So the correct answer is of he is very clever. The sentence is very clever. We will write he is not foolish, or we can also write he is not very foolish. So here two sentences mean the same. Whatever they want to say, the meaning are same. So here we will see some more examples. These are the examples. Some of the examples I have taken from your book also. So while I am solving this question, these sentences, while transforming these sentences, you have to be very careful, so that you have to follow it in your exercise also, because some of the sentences I have written from exercise and some of the sentences I have written my own. Like here, number 1 is Rahul is a brave boy. Okay, this is affirmative sentence. This is statement, this is assertive sentence, but it is an affirmative, positive sentence. Okay, because it tells us something in a positive manner. It does not carry no or not with them. Okay, so here we have to transform this sentence into negative, but the meaning will not change. Like Rahul is not a coward. Rahul is not a coward means he is a brave boy. Okay, that means both the sentences carry the same meaning. But here it is expressed in negative sense. Okay, Rahul is not a coward. Not, no, not, never. Okay, rarely, don't. These all are used in negative affirmative sentences, negative statements. Okay, so Rahul is not a coward. So here we have written the antonym, but before antonym we have used not. So not is used in negative sentence. So by using not we have changed this word into negative, but the meaning is same. Okay, now come to another example here. Everyone remembered that her role was the best. Okay, everyone. So everyone also gives us a positive sense. But if you you write the opposite of everyone, it becomes no one, no one, no. So it gives us negative sense. Okay. So we have changed it into negative statement, but the meaning is same. Like no one forgot. Everyone remembered means no one forgot. No. So everyone remembered means no one forgot. No one forgot that her role was the best. That means everyone remembered that her role was the best. So both the sentences have the same meaning. Understood? Now come to this third sentence. He is rarely present. So here rarely also gives us some negative sense. That means he does not come to school regularly. Okay, he doesn't come regularly. Most of the time he is absent. Okay, so we will change the meaning of present to absent. That means he is usually absent. He is usually gives us positive sense. Okay, and rarely gives us negative sense. So see here, he is rarely present. He is rarely present this is negative sentence. Now we are changing it into positive. Okay, positive means he is usually absent. He is usually absent. That means he does not come to the school or classes regularly, which means he is rarely present. Okay, these two sentences express the same thing, understood, but in different way. Now see here the last exercise, last example. You should never miss my class. You should never miss my class. That means you should not miss my class. This is negative assertive sentence. Negative assertive sentence. Okay, this is negative assertive sentence, and now we should change it into positive, because here we are learning to transform sentences from affirmative to negative and negative to affirmative, both ways. Okay, now you should never. So never is negative. I told you that opposite of never is always. Always is positive. So you should always attend my class. Miss. Opposite of miss is attend. Okay. You should always attend my class. That means you should never miss my class. Okay. You should never miss my class. So this way we can change affirmative to negative, negative to affirmative. Okay. But by finding, by adding no or not, and by finding the particular word and writing their opposite word. Understood? Understood? You should always attend my class means you should never miss my class. So both the sentences delivered the same meaning. Now the next one is sentence number 5. No one is as responsible as he is. So no one, this is negative sentence. No one. No one. Okay. No one is as responsible as he is. That means he is the most responsible person. We can also write he is the most responsible person. This is positive sentence. Okay. He is the most responsible person. Okay. This is also same. But I have written here he is responsible than anyone else. This is also the positive sense. He is responsible than anyone else. Okay, so this way we can change affirmative sentences into negative sentences. Understood? I hope you have understood, and now you are able to do your exercise in your book. Now students, we will discuss about the rule of transformation of sentences by changing the statements into questions or questions into statements. So let's see how to change questions into statements and statements into questions. Not by just giving the answer of the questions. Like, how old are you? This is a question. If I answer like I am 10 years old, this is not the transformation. Okay. Here we are just giving the answers. Transformation is there, but there is a change in the meaning. And here we are learning not to change the actual meaning. So meaning will remain the same, but the form of the sentences will be different. Okay, but meaning will remain the same. See, for example, how can you trust everyone? How can you trust everyone? See, these sentences I have taken is from the exercises you have in your book. Some of the sentences are made by myself and some of the sentences I have taken from your exercise. So listen very carefully. Okay, how can you trust everyone? That means you cannot trust everyone. How can you trust everyone? That means you cannot trust everyone. So both the sentences tell us the same meaning, give us the same meaning. In the same way, she will never help you. She will never help you. See, in sentence number 1, this is question, and we are changing into statement. Okay, now here she will help you. This is statement, and now we have changed it into question. She will never help you means how could you hope for her help? How could you hope for her help? That means we cannot hope for her help because he will never help anyone. That means he will never help you also. Understood? Both the sentences express the same meaning. Understood? Now come to example number 3. When can the ocean be dry? When can the ocean be dry? Okay. The ocean can never dry. That means, do you hope that the ocean will get dry one day? No. Okay, both the when can the ocean be dry or the ocean can never dry. These two express the same meaning. Okay, but in a two different sentences. Understood? Now see, why should I help you? Why should I help you doing your homework? This is question. Okay, now we have changed this into statement. Okay, why should I help you? So I want to know the reason that why should I help you. I want to know the reason from her to help her. See here, it means tell me the reason to help you doing your homework. See, both the sentences tell us the same thing. Okay, tell me the reason to help you doing your homework. See, this first one is question, second one is statement, but both the sentences ask something the same meaning. Okay, students, I hope you have already understood how to change question into statement also. Not by just giving the answer of the question, but we also have to keep it in our mind that we should not change the meaning of the entire sentence this way. So be careful about whenever you are changing question into statement and statement into question without changing their meaning. Okay, students? Students, now we will discuss about the transformation of sentences by changing the exclamations into statements or again statements into exclamations. That means here we are learning how to change exclamatory sentences into assertive sentences and again assertive sentences into exclamatory sentences but without changing their meaning. Okay, let's see. We have to be careful about some changes that we have to see so that with those changes there would not be change in the meaning but it would add the sameness in the meaning of the sentences what actually the sentences want to deliver. Like here, how beautiful the lady is. So this is an exclamatory sentence. Okay, exclamation. Now we have to change this into statement. That means how beautiful the lady is. That means the lady is beautiful. Now this exclamatory sentence is made by using WH word. How? So now we have to put somewhere the use of this how also. What actually this how this WH word wants to convey. So here from this sentence we come to know that the lady is very beautiful. So the lady is very beautiful. Actually the lady is beautiful, but how much? Because this is how actually means very. So here the actual statement statement is the lady is very beautiful. The lady is very beautiful, and how beautiful the lady is. These two sentences express the same meaning. Okay, there is no change in the meaning of the sentences. Now see here, I wish I was present in the meeting. So there, this is the statement. Okay. Now statement is a kind of optative sentence. Optative sentence means in which we express our wishes. Okay. So here the subject I has expressed his wish that he wanted to be present in the meeting. So if this kind of statement is there in which the subject expresses its wish, in that case we have to start exclamatory sentences by using if. Like if I could present in the meeting. That means if I could present in the meeting means I want to be present in the meeting. Okay, that means I wish to be present in the meeting. So these two sentences are same. This is a statement and this is exclamation. Now see, again another same type of example. I wish I had wings. I wish I had wings. This is also a statement. So I told you that if the statement expresses something, some kind of wishes, so there when you change it into exclamatory sentences, you need to start with if. Okay, see here, if I had wings, this is exclamation. This is statement. Okay, now come to the last example. Wow, he got the prize. So exclamatory sentences are framed by mostly or usually framed by using WH words or interjection. So here the word wow is an interjection. Now whenever this is wow, he got the prize, this is exclamatory sentence. Okay. Now if you see he got the prize, this is just an assertive sentence. Okay, but it is linked with this interjection. So because of the presence of this interjection, this sentence is an exclamatory sentence. Now when you change it into statement, it is already he got the prize. Okay, he got the prize. It's the statement. But somewhere we have to put the actual feeling of this wow, because interjections are those words which express our entire feeling, a sudden feeling of joy, sorrow, anger, okay, disgust, disappointment. Such kind of feelings are expressed by wow. So whenever we change that exclamatory sentences or those exclamatory sentences framed by using interjections, so somewhere we have to put what actually that interjection wants to express in the statement also. Like wow means you are feeling happy. Okay, like I am happy, he got the prize. So this is the actual statement which is same as the exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentence, wow, he got the prize. Wow, he got the prize, and I am happy that he got the prize. These two sentences express the same meaning. Like alas, the dog is dead. See here, alas is an interjection. Okay, the dog is dead is a statement. When you change this into statement is already there. The dog is dead. But alas, we cannot write just the dog is dead. But we have to write what actually the feeling is expressed by the interjection alas. Alas means you are sad from your inner heart. So here we can write that I am sad that the dog is dead. So here now this sentence becomes as actual as the first one, alas the dog is dead. Alas the dog is dead and I am sad that the dog is dead. These two sentences, exclamatory sentences and assertive sentence. Exclamatory sentence and assertive sentence both tell us the same meaning. Okay. So these all were about today's explanation in today's class. I hope you have understood all the processes I have explained till now for the transformation of sentences, and with these explanations I announce that our chapter 22 is now completed. Okay. Now in our next video we will move to our next and new chapter. Okay students, thank you so much.